Hello, guys. I want to talk about Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. And it started out very impressive. He started out by repealing a lot of Obama's executive orders, garbage that Obama had stacked up literally after Trump's election. Obama had those 80, 90 days, whatever it is, which I think is damaging as hell. Can you imagine? You get a president like Trump, who the establishment hates, and now Obama has from November 8th to January 20th, 2.5 months to sabotage him. That's exactly what he did. Everything Obama did after November 8th was to sabotage Trump by opening up the 16 intelligence agencies to all classified information so that it could not be tracked who was leaking it, from moving all the equipment, all the war equipment, the tanks and men and armor and all that stuff into Europe, into Poland, up along the Russian border, to sabotaging Trump on his Russian relations. Everything he did was to sabotage Trump. And Trump started off strong. He immediately started working on his wall, started working on the Obamacare, which it failed. None fault of his. But remember, like Bill Mitchell says, it wasn't called Trump Care. There is some truth to that. When it's something that Trump really endorses, you can promise he will call it Trump Care. But deregulating, talking to companies. Actually, the first thing he did was talking to a lot of companies. Ford, his friend, the Japanese businessman, don't remember the guy's name, who said he'd bring $50 billion worth of business in. I believe it was Audi, all these different companies, there was a bunch of them agreeing to, there was some tech companies agreeing to invest more money in the United States, bring jobs in. He really went after every single thing he had promised. Everything. He's gotten blocked on a lot of those things, like the wall, like Obamacare. Now they're working again on Obamacare. He's not giving up. Anyone who attacks Trump for not accomplishing enough is a scumbag. And they're a person who wants instant gratification, and they don't understand how Washington works, and they don't understand the deep state. It's a sure sign of weakness if you're screaming about that. If you're screaming about Trump not accomplishing enough, or he's quit talking about the wall, you're weak. I promise you. Now, if you want to criticize Trump, let's criticize him where criticism is due. And that is bombing Syria. That is listening to globalists about climate change in France. Not totally getting rid of that. He got rid of TPP like he said he would. And by allowing a guy like McMaster's in. Now Mattis, everyone likes Mattis. And I was worried about this when he first brought Mattis in, because too many Democrats liked him. I'm telling you, when someone is good, the Democrats don't like him. Nobody likes him on the left. They hate him. When they like someone, it's a sure sign that something isn't quite right. And I'm not criticizing Mattis as a bad guy. I'm saying he's like 65, 70 years old. He's been in the neocon globalist agenda circles for 100 years. He is a hawk. He is indoctrinated in neocon globalist warmongering ways. And that makes it dangerous. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm saying he's something to be concerned about. That's why we needed a guy like Flynn. Flynn didn't give a rat's ass about the globalists, even though I was disappointed that Flynn was lobbying for Turkey. But that may be as it may. I don't know that whole story. I don't know how, what everything went on there. I know this, that Flynn would have been the best person possible, much better than McMaster's, but that is as it may. That's past. And that was a big thing too, just letting Flynn go just because of the mainstream media's howls. You don't ever give them anything. I don't care what they do, what they say, you never give them anything. Just like Fox News getting rid of O'Reilly. O'Reilly is a milquetoast conservative. But just the fact, I know that advertisers were pulling out, it was hurting them financially there, but you need to fight these people no matter what. Because they're just keep getting rid of one after the other. It's going to be someone else next. whether it's Tommy Lauren, which wasn't really the left's fault, it was more Glenn Beck, but it's just one after the other. You don't see liberal commentators go like that. It's very important to fight this no matter what. And I don't think in the long run it will hurt us. It wouldn't have hurt Fox News in the long run. Yes, just like YouTube advertisers pulling. There has to be a way to fight them other than give in. But anyway, back to Trump. Trump has tried to do almost everything he's promised. He's worked on it or he has done it. And Ben Shapiro did this show here a week or so ago showing how Trump had done almost everything he could do with executive order, minus a few. But on legislative terms, he hadn't done that much. And that's very understandable. Trump can't force them. Yes, Trump needs to be harder on them. He needs to crack down on Congress and be in the press every day talking about it. But the problem is, if he's too negative, they'll just be like mules and drag their feet even worse. So there is a fine line there. North Korea, you know, even though I'm anti-war and most of us are, North Korea, if they get real nuclear long-range missiles, the whole world will be hostage. I've talked about this before. It's something that has to be done. China, he didn't label him a currency manipulator, but I don't think he can right now because of the North Korea deal. Let's wait and see what happens. Give him time to work out what he needs to work out. I saw yesterday at the White House press conference, reporters were attacking Trump, or Sean Spicer, on the fact that Trump said, basically, look what Kim Jong-un has done. Look what the North Korean leader has done. He's very young and he's led the country forward and all that. And they were like, why would you do that to a dictator? It doesn't matter what Trump does. Do whatever the hell you got to do to get your point across and to get the negotiation you need. Don't worry about what you say. Tell Kim Jong-un he looks like an athlete and he's beautiful, most smartest man in the world. If you get your agenda across to a dictator, foreign communist like that, you do what you got to do. Don't criticize him for that. So I think overall, Trump's been doing what he said he was going to do. Alex Jones brought this up, that he's draining the swamp slowly, but the swamp's also draining him. And that's what's going to be important. Is he going to see what needs to be done? Is he going to see his mistakes, that he is giving into globalism and that he's giving into the neocons? Does he know what he's doing, or is this because his mind is changing? He listens to a lot of people. This is very important. And so the 100 days, yes, so far overall it's been good. There is a trend that's negative. The neocons, you know, Bannon, I mean, my God, why is Trump even considering? I know a while back there was rumors that he was considering to get rid of Bannon. I don't know if that was 100% true, but guys like Bannon and Stephen Miller need to be by his side. He's got to get rid. He's got to get globalists out of his ear. You know, someone like Don Jr., supposedly he's a little more awake. Can they not put pressure on him? I don't know. Maybe Trump's not listening to his base right now. We are in a dangerous situation. I think Trump is smart enough to, in the long run, figure it out. But, hey, we'll see. And hopefully this new Obamacare bill they're working on is going to go through. The wall will get built. It's going to take time. And overall, Trump's 100 days has been fairly positive, a little bit more negative the last few weeks. We'll see what happens. People, don't jump off the train for foolish reasons because of your emotions. Don't allow your emotions to take control. But remember what's important. Remember, they're here for the long haul. Trump has the biggest job any human being has ever had. Maybe he needs to get a little more authoritarian. Maybe he needs to crack down on the left and Antifa. There's a lot of things he can do better. But we have to remember this is not an easy job. So that's about it for now. Trump's first 100 days. Leave comments and let me know what you think. If you like the video, please hit like. Very simple. I try to do it whenever possible to help my fellow YouTubers, and subscribe. Peace.